Right guys, I promised you an update, so here it is. Stay tuned. Right, so let's go back to what was about, could be 4 months ago or something. I was making a video on the diff install. I bought a new diff. I was halfway through the video, stripped it out the car, all the rest of it, took it to pieces, cleaned pieces, and went to install the new diff, and it was the wrong bloody diff. Between my error and the website I was ordering off for error, I messed up. So I had to order a new diff, sell the other one, and do you know what? I'm still waiting on this diff to arrive. That's been 4 months, I think, or roughly between the 3 and 4 months for this new diff to arrive, and I've still not got it. I've been promised it for the last weeks. It's coming this week, it's coming this week, it's coming this week, and it doesn't arrive. So that's kind of annoyed me quite a little bit with this build, because the car was up in the ramps, I was doing stuff to it, and it just put a dampener on things. But anyway, I moved on. While the car was up in the ramps, I had a friend come in and adjust the headers stroke manifolds just to fit the steering column. So that's kind of done. The exhaust tied up, and the car is now off the ramps. As you can see, it's behind me here. So while I've been waiting on this diff, I've been working on some other stuff, so let's take you a little tour and show you what it is. Right, so first thing you might notice is the car is now wearing its carbon fibre arches. It is 4 layers of 2x2 240 gram carbon fibre. This is just out the mould, this hasn't been sanded or clear coated or anything yet. But yeah, everything's test fitted. It's obviously not fitted because I need to get the car painted first, but yeah, I mean, it came out, to be honest, that's the second one I made. This is the first one over here. So the first one I had a little bit of an issue with an air leak in the vacuum bag. Obviously it's just the surface layer, it's not got quite enough resin through it. This would still be a totally usable part, but obviously I'm wanting the car to look nice. It was a little bit of a disappointment when that didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, but you have to learn, it's a process. So yeah, the car is now wearing the rear arches, and I've just finished the side skirts as well. And they come out quite good. There is bits, obviously I'm new to this, I'm just learning as I go along. So trying to get, like say here, you can see the weaves distorted, because you're trying to get a bit of carbon that folds round here in this very, very tight part of the mould. And the other side's actually better. This one, I'm not sure, there's a little bit of fog in here, kind of here. I think that's maybe too much gel coat when I originally spraying the gel coat in. But everything's fitting up nice. It's just still got these fronts to make in carbon. But yeah, I'm quite happy how it's coming along. So the next thing I'm going to do is the roof. So I've been putting this off. There's not much information out there. There's a few ways of doing it. Most people just kind of leave a few inches on the outer perimeter and then glue on a kind of overlay. I was hoping to cut more of this off. Now you can see, if you look closer, it's basically two layers of metal go all the way around and they're seam welded. And then in here it's something similar. I think I need to go along here with the kind of clean up brush just to see where it stops and starts, because obviously the car's been painted. You can see a little line here. So there must be a line where this top sheet is then fixed to the underside sheet. So I'm going to have a look at that and cut as much of this off as I can. And on the inside there's a central bar in the middle which will come off of the roof, and then there's on the other side there's a few reinforcing bits under here which will probably stay on. But yeah, that is the next video I think, because I've used the mould. Here's the mould I made a long time ago. So it's prepped, I've got everything ready to go. I'm just to spray the gel coat on here and then I can start laying more carbon. So this is a roof I made a few months ago now. It's 4 layers of carbon as well, basically an overlay. So I just was making it just to test how everything went, and actually went quite nice. It's a nice piece, and probably just a clear coat and a coat of clear lacquer over it, and yeah, that'll be fine. So, but the one I'm going to make for my car, that's got 4 layers of carbon. I'm either going to do 4 layers again, or I will do, yeah, I'll probably do 4 layers with maybe a core. You get a kind of reinforcement core in the middle, so it still stays quite light, or I could do maybe 6 layers just to strengthen it. So that's that. So next, what else have we been up to? Right, so in the corner here you can see massive bumper mould. That was a pain in the tits, it really was. I'll put up some photos here in a minute of actually creating the bumper. It's out the back door now in storage. Well, the bumper that I used to make this mould, I've not actually produced a part from this yet. That'll be a little bit further down the line. But yeah, I'll put some pictures in now. Right, so I started off with the 370Z, 350Z Nismo bumper, V2 kind of bumper, and added on a bottom line splitter from a guy in Poland that makes them. I end up moulding these in, and so I get some footed plastic board and I put them on the edge of the bumper that I know that I need to widen them out for each side 50mm. And so I use the plastic to make a little template, and I've got 2-part foam. So mix that together and you pour it in and it just foams up. It's really good stuff to work with. It's good for sculpting, as you'll see in a minute. So you take off the plastic, see where the foam is, and I start drawing my lines to figure out a kind of design or a shape that I want to try and extend it out by. It took a lot of trial and error at this point. You maybe see, I don't know how many photographs I've put in here, but there is definitely changes I've made to it along the way. So yeah, get happy with one side, so I start with the other side, trying to mirror it and smoothing out along the front where it meets the bonnet at the same time. And I use the same plastic footboard to start to make the template, and the yellow filleting wax just to touch it all in. But when I first went to do the gel coat, it reacted. I'd sanded too far through clear coat, so I had to sand it all back, do it all again, and it was very laborious. It took easily a month to get to this point where the mould is now fiberglassed and finished. It's a 2-piece mould. It doesn't really show that in that photograph, but it is a 2-piece mould. So as you just seen, I have been busy, honest. Yeah, that bumper did stress me out a little bit with the gel coat reacting and stuff, but yeah. So the other side of the car, I've got the rear quarter done and the side skirt done as well. Again, I've still got the 2 fronts to do on this side, and the back bumpers, standard back bumper, I'm going to kind of work in some sort of diffuser setup. Not really decided on that yet, that's further down the line. So where are we up to now? So like I said earlier, still waiting on this diff coming. Hopefully it comes soon. I can get the underside of the car, that would be it, completely finished basically. Apart from some checking all the nuts and bolts, everything on the underside would be finished. The engine's in, not running yet, but once I got all these body panels done, then the engine plumbed and wired, shouldn't take too long, and hopefully by closer to the end of the year I can get the car painted. Now I'm keeping all the carbon. The car is getting painted, I'm not even sure what colour yet, and probably some sort of graphics package going over it. I don't want to wrap it, I don't want to really paint the carbon, I want to keep it on show. It should be good enough to show maybe a few stickers here or there to hide the imperfections. But yeah, that's the plan with the car. There's some special wheels going on the car, some adapters getting made, which I'll fill you in as soon as I've got the final product in my hands. But until next time, which hopefully won't be long because I'm going to start work on this roof right now. Yeah, stay tuned guys, thanks very much for your support, see you later.